Hi there, my name is Billy Hayes, and I am the preacher for the Adamsville Church of Christ. This is an outreach program of the Adamsville Church of Christ. This is the class where you guys ask the questions, and we take those questions, look through the Bible, find those answers, and then apply them to our lives. You can send a question to me via this email address right here behind me. I'd love to have one question from you. I'd love to have 100 questions from you. You just ask any question that you have, and we would love to be able to answer it. If you're ever in the Adamsville, Alabama area, why don't you drop by and see us? We're located at 4207 Veterans Memorial Drive in Adamsville, Alabama. And you know what? We're going to meet tonight at the building at 7 o'clock for a Bible study, and we'd love for you to be a part of that. It would be a great time for us to be able to host you and get to know you. Let's jump right into our question this evening. Our question this afternoon, rather, says this: why don't you do foot washing? They did it in the book of Acts. Let's amend the question for just a moment. The reference where the apostles' feet are washed by Jesus is found in John chapter 13, verses really 1 through 15. And so when you look there, you'll see that account of this foot washing that is being mentioned here. For us to understand what's going on, let's take a quick recap of that particular 14 or 15 verses. They come in, the disciples in Jesus, they all come in, they begin to eat, and in the middle of that food, Jesus realizes, let me take that back. He never realizes anything. Jesus is understanding now that no one has washed those feet. And so he gets up, puts a towel on his waist, and he goes to each individual man there and washes their feet. This particular task was reserved for the lowest of the slaves found in a house. It would seem to be the most demeaning of all of the tasks that the servant could do. I heard an interesting idea last night, and I believe the source, so it gives us an interesting idea of this perspective. That sometimes families would even hire different servants to come in and wash feet so that their servants didn't have to wash the feet. Now, that's an interesting idea. That's how low this particular job is, and it's the job that Jesus takes up. Now, here's what I do know. I know that it was not Jesus' turn to wash feet. I don't know whose turn that it was, but I know that it was not Jesus' turn. In about verse number 14, if you have your Bible, John 13, we'll start with verse number 13. He gives an explanation of why he did what he did. And in the beginning of verse 13, he says, "Ye call me master and Lord, you say well, for so am I. If I then, your Lord and master, have washed your feet, you ought to wash one another's feet, as I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you." The account in John 13, 1 through 15 or 16 there was never intended for us to have these grand ceremonies to wash feet. Jesus gives us the point of what he's doing there in those last three verses. The things that I do and serve you, you should take out and do for other people. And you say, well, it's just washing feet. Well, it's not just washing feet, you see, because these feet are being washed by the one who created feet, by the one who created everything that you and I see. And he is taking on the smallest of tasks in order to complete God's will. What task are you willing to take on in order to fulfill God's will in your life? See, Naaman in 2 Kings chapter 5 was looking for some grand task, and he went away sorrowfully from that prophet's door because the task didn't seem to be grand enough for him. Why not just do the little things? The series of little things over life make up a huge life for the child of God. wash a foot, help an older person with their tasks around their house, cutting grass, cleaning up their yards, cleaning their house, reading to them, reading the Bible to them, going over and sitting and hanging out with them, enjoying time together. Teach the younger ones what they're supposed to do. Help your family get to heaven. All of those seemingly small tasks make up a great task that the child of God can do and can remain faithful and can benefit his local congregation and his family, not to mention himself. What a great question. Tomorrow we'll come back with another question at around noon. I hope you can join us again. I always enjoy being with you.